Okay, you guys, today is going to be a really interesting video. We have been getting so many questions about exosomes. Exosomes, if you haven't heard of them, are trending right now. They are very, very popular. Exosomes are something that you naturally get when you do a PRP facial. So that's when you get the platelets from your own blood. You get those kind of infused back into your skin. It's a really, really expensive treatment. But that kind of started this exosomes trending thing because that PRP facial is like the vampire Kim Kardashian facial. So that got people talking about exosomes. Now there's a few brands that have come out with products that they've really branded the exosomes word with. But what the heck is exosomes? How is it different from stem cells and growth factors? So we're going to dive into that today, and we're also going to talk about exosomes for acne. So, exosomes, are they new? What's the deal with it? And exosome is the word for the fatty little pod, sac, that holds all of these amino acids, stem cells, your own growth factors. They're all inside this little sac. It is the way that your body produces them so that they can protect as well as deliver all those yummy little nutrients that are spread throughout the body. Our body has exosomes everywhere, and they are for healing and regeneration. So these are vital things that we have in our skin, and as we age, we have less and less exosomes. So exosomes, they're these healing things. Obviously, we want them. Exosome technology has been used for heart regeneration, for ligament health, for brain health. So exosomes have been used all over in science for different things. And what a lot of people don't realize is that NeoGenesis has been using exosomes in their products for a very long time, probably over a decade now. They've been using exosomes. But the reason why the word exosomes isn't all over the front of all the packaging is because exosomes is kind of a more recent trendy word. It's more been popularized by brands that are using that term, and that's why you're seeing it a lot more. But a lot of products that have growth factors are using exosomes. A lot of them are not, and let's talk about that. So basically an exosome is that full unit that it is lipid soluble. It's this nice little fatty pocket. It's teeny tiny. This is a tiny cellular thing that is full of those peptides and growth factors for healing and regeneration. There's a lot of brands out there that have chopped up those exosomes into little pieces because it's a lot cheaper, and they'll often even freeze dry or freeze all those little pieces up because it's a lot easier to work with that medium. If you freeze dry something into a very fine powder, when it's smaller, so it's easier to move around, you can just put it into anything if it's in this powder solution. But those are shown to be a lot less effective because your body doesn't know what to do with these chopped up exosomes. These are just little fragments and pieces of messages. So your body is a lot more responsive to the whole exosome because the exosome, like I said earlier, is also the delivery system because your body sees that and it goes, oh, I know what to do with that. I can utilize that. So it's kind of like if you were getting all of the ingredients for something and instead of getting the finished cake. So we want our finished cake, and that is the exosome. And it is very expensive to process exosomes. It takes a lot longer to process them. It takes a lot longer to formulate them into products. They are very, very, very stable, actually, because exosomes are meant to thrive in our body. So they're actually very stable at room temperature. So they don't need to be frozen. They don't need to be heated up, anything crazy like that. So it's a fairly stable molecule. It's just expensive to isolate out those exosomes from other tissues because you have to go through that process of isolating out the exosomes. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of weird tissues in your products that you don't know what they're doing, and you just don't want that stuff in there. You want the isolated but full exosome. So that is what NeoGenesis is using. They've really worked hard to perfect this formula, and that's why they get such amazing results. But it's not cheap, and I know, I hear it a lot. NeoGenesis is expensive. It is, and unfortunately it is because of that process of isolating those exosomes. Another thing is that they are isolating exosomes from humans, which is very different from doing, there's other people that get exosomes from deer or bovine, but our body doesn't know what to do with that. Those are very different amino acids, very different cellular makeup. Your body won't really get the same results if you're using those exosomes. So it's important that they are human exosomes. The best sources are from platelets, which is what some other companies use. That's a good form as well. But these are from specifically bone marrow. And this is bone marrow from young adults that have chosen to donate it, and then it is synthesized in a lab. So they don't have to harvest a ton of these from people because they are able to regrow these cells in a lab, which is really fascinating and very cool technology that they can do that. So these are not from umbilical cords, they're not from deer, and they're absolutely not from plants. I quickly want to side note on that. Stem cells from plants are fabulous antioxidants, and some things that are high in antioxidants can help boost healing in the skin, but plant stem cells cannot rejuvenate and regenerate the skin like human growth factors and exosomes can. So that's a little bit about the technology. These really are products that signal healing and regeneration in the skin. So acne scarring, marks left over from acne, pigmentation left over from acne, these are all things that NeoGenesis targets. And they did recently, well, I think it's been a year or two now at this point, but they did come out with a few products to help with acne beyond just the exosome technology. So let's run through how we can use NeoGenesis for acne, acne scarring, pigmentation, and PIH. So let's dive in here. So NeoGenesis has just the one cleanser, but this is a solid cleanser. It is a very simple formulation. When you look at the ingredient deck, it's a very short little ingredient deck. It is a gentle coconut-based surfactant, so it is going to be very gentle on your skin. It just barely lathers. It doesn't really like foam up very much, maybe minimally, but this is a very gentle cleanser for all skin types. If you have more oily, blemish-prone skin, you'll want to cleanse twice to get your skin nice and clean. But I like this cleanser because it works for so many different people. It is straightforward and it really gets the job done. It breaks that oil layer on the skin. It helps remove a little bit of dead skin cells so that your exosomes can penetrate, because that is also key. You want to make sure your skin is well exfoliated before you're putting these expensive exosomes on, because they need to be able to penetrate into the skin. So once you cleanse with your cleanser, your very next step on clean skin is your exosome serum. And I have two options for my more acne prone folks. You have, so also new packaging. If you have not seen these, we have new packaging for NeoGenesis, beautiful new labels. So we have Recovery Serum, which is the highest amount of exosomes you can get from NeoGenesis. This is very potent. You want to apply this to freshly cleansed skin. You don't have to exfoliate every single day before using this, but be exfoliating every few days, even if it's with a gentle enzyme mask. There's, the NeoGenesis enzyme mask. You could use the Dr. SD enzyme foaming cleanser, something that is going to lightly exfoliate your skin so that you know that your products are penetrating. So, for example, I do have some clients with dry skin who insist that they do not like to cleanse in the morning. They just splash with water, go in with their routine. That is going to be a waste of your product because your skin was producing sebum overnight and you probably still have some skincare left over from last night. You want your skin clean. So even if it's just a quick gel cleanser, something gentle like the NeoGenesis cleanser, you have to wash your face if you want to get the best benefits out of your NeoGenesis. So one pump of recovery is all that you need. This is your heavy hitter. If it's in your budget, go for it. One pump, so it really does last a while. There is a smaller size of this, but if you're really going to get results, just invest in the big one right away because it's better dollar value. and you're gonna see results. This is probably gonna last you 3 months. You can use it morning and night or just at night. I just use my skin serum once a day so that it lasts longer and I still see great results. So this is your heavy hitter, recovery serum. Recovery serum is very, very expensive. It is the most lightweight of all the serums from NeoGenesis. Well, Booster might be about the same, but it doesn't add any extra hydration. This kind of really just soaks in like a water weight kind of serum. So then we have skin serum. And skin serum has less of an amount of those stem cell cytokines, growth factors in it, but it still has quite a bit and it works very well. We have so many people that swear by skin serum. Some people mix a tiny bit of recovery in with skin serum. I'll leave that choice up to you because then you have to buy both of them and that's a lot of money out the door. So skin serum, this is your hydrating version of recovery. This is much more hydrating on the skin. It's got panthenol, it's got humectants, glycerin. This is really going to draw moisture into the skin while still giving you those exosomes. Skin serum, much loved by acne-prone folks as the hydrating step in your routine. Just make sure you're using it correctly. A lot of people, since it's a hydrating serum, assume that this is gonna go after your corrective serums. But I really urge you to do it first, then you're getting those exosomes right into the skin. They're not having to mix with any acids while they penetrate. So this goes first. You could do cleanse and then corrective toner, allow to dry, then do skin serum, but that would be the only thing that you would put before skin serum besides your cleanser. Don't use more than one pump. I'm not kidding. You can use one pump for your whole face and your neck. If you find that one pump is just like immediately your skin is just like soaking it right up because you have a drier skin type, that's when you grab your moisturizing mist. Moisturizing mist, I feel, is an essential piece to this routine. Moisturizing mist also has those same exosomes in it. It has a much smaller amount of them, but they're in here. This is also a fairly simple formulation. It's got that panthenol again, it's got the glycerin, sodium PCA, so these are humectants, hydrating ingredients. And what I like to do, and you can do this with recovery too. If you spritz your face before you apply one of your exosome serums, you can use less of the serum because it's going to become a little bit more spreadable. Of course, it's going to slightly water down your serum, but these are very, very potent. You're still getting a really big kick of those exosomes if you do it that way. So that just kind of lets them kind of disperse across the skin a little better. So that's moisturizing mist. I like to use this immediately after I apply my exosome products. It just gives you that light layer of moisturization. It helps with transepidermal water loss, which is where your water is literally exiting out your skin. It's like becoming gas and leaving you, which we do not want that. So that is why we want products that block transepidermal water loss, and this spritz is lovely for that. After that, you're gonna go in with your corrective. And there's 2 different correctives from NeoGenesis. I've got different packaging because we haven't gotten the new packaging in yet for these products. So these are old packaging, but pretty soon they're gonna be in the new style as well. They're still transitioning. So for our correctives, we have a Mandelic 8% serum and we have a 2% salicylic acid serum. And what is the big difference on these? So, also, I really want to note this because I'm very excited about it. When salicylic serum first came out from NeoGenesis, the butyrate that's in there, it's actually a very hydrating, nourishing ingredient, had quite the scent. And it's a really good for you ingredient, it just naturally has a funky scent. So a lot of people, when they formulate with that product, have to use artificial fragrance to cover it. They didn't want to do that, so it was stinky. I don't know if any of you tried it when it first came out, but it had a scent to it, and it was a little off-putting. I really liked the formulation, but the scent was just like, oh, it was not good. So happy news. They slightly reformulated. They figured out how to get that scent down. I think they lowered the amount of the butyrate that's in there, so it doesn't have that smell. It smells like nothing now. It's amazing. It's the most nothing smelling serum. Probably not ever, but one of the most nothing smelling serums ever. So that is some great news and is very exciting. So, but anyways, back to the difference between the Mandelic and the salicylic. So the mandelic acid does have more of a brightening effect on the skin. Mandelic acid is a natural tyrosinase inhibitor. That is what inhibits the dark melanin from popping up at the surface of the skin. Mandelic acid is also very antifungal, so it is very helpful if you have acne that is fungal, and a lot of acne is fungal. I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, but there's a ton of people on TikTok that have treated their acne with antifungal shampoos, which is just to show that a lot of folks have fungal acne, or if it's not fully fungal, it could be partially or irritated by being a little bit fungal. So that's why mandelic acid is fantastic. It's going to knock out that antifungal piece of it. Salicylic acid can be a lot more gentle. So salicylic acid is a really great choice if you find that mandelic can be a bit too strong for you. Salicylic acid also really helps with redness. That's why salicylic acid is very popular for acne rosacea and rosacea. Salicylic acid really helps break up those skin cells that are holding together all the gunk and bacteria that is in your pore. That is the first step in clearing acne, is breaking up those hardened bits of skin that are stuck in the pore. So these are both very, very helpful. You could use one or the other, but the best way to use it for the NeoGenesis routine is to use one night and the next night. And doing that for a while, maybe a month or two, then you could step up and you could use your salicylic in the morning and your mandelic at night. That is a really nice way to kind of balance these serums out because they both have really nice benefits for the skin. Both of these serums I find to be very hydrating. They almost give more of a hydrating serum feel to the skin than a corrective serum. Because I know you guys know, you've used those corrective serums you put on your skin, they soak in and your skin's like tight immediately. These do not do that. These have a really moisturizing finish to them. It's probably because they're both glycerin based. They have a really lovely glycerin base. If you don't know about glycerin, it's one of my favorite ingredients. I think I like it more than hyaluronic acid. It is very similar to hyaluronic acid, but it is much cheaper to formulate. And my skin loves it. I don't know about you guys, but glycerin is a go-to for me. So these are glycerin based. Very lovely, very moisturizing. I did a video last week where I compared all of our mandelic serums, and this one was winner as the most gentle and hydrating of the mandelic serums that were over 5%. So check out that video if you want to know about more of our mandelic serums. But this one is really lovely for anyone with sensitive skin. You feel like all mandelics in the past haven't worked out for you. So as long as you're not allergic to mandelic, a really great option to try. Let's talk moisturizer. There are a few moisturizers in the NeoGenesis lineup. They're all acne safe, despite some of them containing chondrus crispus. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but that is because they have done extensive testing with these products to show that they're non-comedogenic. The algae extract is not sticky, it does not clog your pores, and it also doesn't have iodine, which some people are concerned of. So they are acne safe. For acne-prone skin, I really like the Light Moisturizer and Barrier Renewal Cream. I grabbed them both. So here's Light Moisturizer and Barrier Renewal Cream. So I do get asked, what is the difference between these? And Light Moisturizer is a little bit, so tiny bit thicker in texture, but it dries down to more of a satin matte finish. It doesn't leave your skin like glowy and shiny, which works very well for more folks with oily skin. This has exosomes in it. So if you are more on a budget, you can't afford skin serum, you can't get recovery, but you want some exosomes in your life, this has your exosomes. So you could do the moisturizing mist and light moisturizer. Barrier Renewal Cream does not have the exosomes in it. Barrier Renewal Cream is designed to actually be layered on top of another moisturizer from NeoGenesis. It is meant to be that top sealing layer because it has everything that your skin needs as its top layer. So if your moisture barrier is disrupted, you are actually lacking protection on your skin, and so Barrier Renewal Cream gives you that layer of protection. That said, I know a lot of people that use Barrier Renewal Cream as their only moisturizer, me included, when my skin gets dry. So you can use it alone, it's lovely, but if you have more dry skin, you'll like to layer it. But combo oily folks love Barrier Renewal Cream. A little goes a long way. It has a more thinner a thinner texture than the other moisturizers from NeoGenesis, so it's a little easier to spread. It dries down really nicely, and it has maybe slightly more of a dewy finish, but nothing crazy. So that's Berry Renewal Cream. That's a bestseller in our office, so we love that. And then last but not least, we have MB1, which I think is the most misunderstood product, possibly the most misunderstood product that we carry. And there are a few reasons why this product is confusing. First off, every summer, this product disappears off our website. Every summer for like 5 months, you just can't get it. And the reason for that is because this is a very fragile formula. So this is live nitrifying bacteria that mimics the bacteria that sits on the surface of a healthy skin barrier and healthy skin that doesn't have acne. So what this does is it gives you this layer of probiotics that are going to help protect your skin, protect itself. Basically, it is giving you that assistance it needs to guard your skin from bad bacteria. So it's a very unique and interesting product. But, the reason that it is not stocked for 5 months of the year is because it's fragile and it cannot get hot. So they can't really ship it. And it is very difficult for us to guarantee a product to get shipped to you without getting warm. So we've tried cold packs, but then things inevitably happen where the cold pack melts, and it makes things really difficult. So that's why this product is, I wish that we had it all year round, but we haven't come up with a solution yet because we can't just charge you guys exorbitant shipping costs every time you buy one to make sure that it gets to you not hot because of the summer weather. So maybe we'll figure something out on this one. That's also why we're only carrying the small size of this year. So you'll see there's another size option on our website. It's the size of the moisturizing mist. It's huge. But we didn't carry it because you have to use this up really fast. Let's see if it used to say, use within 6 months. So these little probiotics will die out really quickly, so you've got to use this up fast. So we didn't get the giant size because you can't use it up. Like if you're using this as a spritz, as the final layer in your routine before sunscreen, you're not going to use it up that fast. So that's why we have the small size and not the big size. You have to use it up. But yeah, even on the back of it here, it says to not store it in temperatures over 77 Fahrenheit. So it is fragile. It's tough, but it really works really well when you do get your hands on this stuff. Try it out. This is the last step in your routine because it is mimicking that healthy bacteria that it should be on your face, that healthy microbiota that is less seen when you have acne. So when they look at the bacteria on your face and you have acne, you have a lot less of the healthy microbiota that's there to protect you and a lot more of that harmful bacteria. So this is your protectant. If you are doing NeoGenesis as your acne routine, I do recommend picking up one of their masks. I did mention that new one, the Fresh Face Peat Mask. That is a really nice choice for acne-prone skin because peat is a natural, like clay-like mossy substance that really pulls out impurities out of the skin. And then you've got that natural sugar cane that is the natural glycolic acid that's going to help with exfoliation. For my dry acne-prone skin types, you're going to want Volcanic Ash Mask. This stuff it's a crazy color. Let me show you. Oh. So this stuff is crazy. A little goes a long way. Just massage it in with your fingers. Let it sit while you're in the shower. The steam will really help activate the volcanic ash. It's a clay mask, so it's going to really help with pulling out impurities. It's lovely. It is delicious. I hope you learned a few new things about exosomes and NeoGenesis. Exosomes are just really trending right now, and people like to use that word, exosomes, but it's really nothing that new. I mean, it is new, definitely new, but it's not so new that it's like new in the last 2 years. It is just really getting popularized by some big brands. I'll be back next week and we will be talking all about lymphatic drainage and massage for acne. I know, interesting topic because some folks with acne, is massage a good idea? We're gonna go into it a little bit. We're gonna talk about that. So that will be next week. So thank you guys. I'll see you soon.